time. Before the White Screen of Death, that is 15 to 34 episodes. And that was the end of the baby era. So, baby era and then the end of the baby era. This is when I started believing that maybe I can get back to that 50 episode that I lost due to my PC frying itself. Well, actually, it didn't die. It mostly just, the motherboard decided to corrode. Alright. And then we have the White Screen of Death, episode 35. The first issue before the first era. And then this is the first era of death, beauty, and life. Mostly peaceful, but many deaths. Yeah, I had so many deaths during that. Includes the Ender Dragon fight, 2 Ender Dragon fights to be exact. Let's see. The eventful and early building times, the halfway of the first era of early buildings and events, episode 50 to 90. Exploration, building, and dinosaurs. This is when we got our first like full-on dinosaurs. That was the end of the first era from episode 90 to 100. I think it was episode 100 that we got Boris the T-Rex, I think. We did actually have some dinosaurs, but this was the dinosaur. And Boris actually died multiple times. I've had to revive them, rebirth them that many times. And it's only because, how would I describe it? We had a bug with the taming issue, and I had to whip them, and then they got very upset with that, and then I had to get a scarab gem, and that took me forever before I ever got a scarab gem. Exploration, remodels, and pets, so that's episode 100 to 114. The burnout, this is when I had burnout, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do, you know, I'd hit the 100 episode mark, that was the goal, you know, and, you know, I just did not know what I was supposed to do, so I decided to do the return after Jungle Paradise Supernova. I do actually have the pre-episode of Jungle Paradise Supernova that was unreleased, and I do plan on getting it released as soon as possible because it's a very, very old episode. And I thought, you know what, I might as well treat you to some ancient episodes. I do plan on showing my original Minecraft episodes from the very early days, but that is going to wait for another time before I'm showing that off. Episode 16 and back with ideas, because I did Supernova and it gave me a bunch of ideas, like building a road system, building a dojo, and I did a bunch of those ideas and then I saved some for this series. The New Beginning, the start of the second era, episode 117 to 155, Egg. And then we had building, farming, and boss fights and more. I think that was the Killager boss that we got. The Berry collab with my sister from episode 175 to 175, and it was 7 parts that took. But this does not actually exist because I actually had to roll back before that, so that never happened. The big building era, the middle of the second era, the remodeling and building, that's 214 to 250. The Camp Before the Storm, every lost from this point, everything lost from this point. Okay, I think I forgot to put Sing here. I think I've said about that once before. The end of the second era, the corruption of my world. I lost 60 episodes worth, and then I took a break from it and started Jungle Paradise Golden Age, New Jungle Paradise Lost Age. And then I came back and I rebuilt every single of those 60 episodes. And then we lost like 1,000 days, I think. The new builds and rebuilds, end of an era, and episode 321 to 325. And then this is kind of more modern stuff, I tell you. We don't really need to go into this. Oh, the Nautilus Crisis was the last thing. Present, 2023. There has been 3 years worth, and I've kind of slowed down from them. That's the best I would describe it. Is ever since I got sick, and when was it? Ever since I got sick in early 2024, from like some panda chocolates I had. These were Chinese panda chocolates. And they basically destroyed me, I tell you. I'd gotten so sick that, you know, my willpower has been decimated. And then I got sick again after that. And, what was it? It was... Yeah, I got sick again for like 2 to 3 weeks. And it was like back to back almost with sickness. And that really just took out my willpower, and it was really bad. Just break that. Just break this a little bit. Go there. Oh, my inventory is a bit full. Put that in there. There we go. I do apologize for going off on these tiny little rants, I tell you. It just happens sometimes. It just happens. I just go on a ramble. I'm the opposite from ramble. I go on rambles. Alright, so we have those 2 blocks there. And then it is 2 more there. And then it is 2 again. Actually, no. It's that. Because that is arrow. What did I do for over that way then? Feels like I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing again. Where's the arrow? Here it is. Okay, I just went outwards. I'm going inwards, that's what I'm doing. That's my mistake. I'm going inwards. And that is kind of the problem here. Oop. Don't know what that was. When I should be going outwards. That's why it's coming in so close. Okay, I get it, I get it. Let's see. So... would I just, would I just go like that, and then? Okay, this is getting a little bit complicated. You can kind of see how far I am and how wide this area over is over here. But they line up perfectly, that's a problem. They line up perfectly. And I don't understand why they line up perfectly. It'd be like something like that. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. Wait a second, I want to check something. Specifically, that area that is the arrow. The cornered arrow. 1, 2. When it gets to that, it comes inward. So 1, 2. And then it goes inwards. Towards this. Okay. Alright, so when it comes to here, this goes inwards. That is the difference. The thing is, I don't want to have mistakes like this because, you know, we've had mistakes and that's costed us a lot. Why am I looking at this build project? Because it's had so many mistakes. Ugh, so many mistakes. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Now I should be able to continue onwards without issue, hopefully. Oops. Excellent place cobblestone instead. Alright, and then double that up. And then that is 2 again, right? 2, yeah. No. No, we're thinking of it wrong here. That is not 2, that is 1. And then it's 2. And then there's that there for some reason, that's not supposed to be there. Because that's where that would later go. Or am I making a mistake here? It's more further outwards, so I'll stick with it now. One. That's 4. 3. Then we have this long line, and you can kind of see that something has went wrong here. Or has it? Ah, hello there, Magic. Hopefully you're doing right. Looking. Let me give you a shout out. Hopefully you're doing right and staying safe. Wrong. Very wrong. I'm trying to figure out a measurement here. And if I was to take this away, would it fix the issue? Okay, let us actually put this away a second. Alright, put that there. And then scrap that. Would that fix the issue? Let's see. So this means that this goes back all the way past 3. 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is exactly the right thing. It looks like the edging of this thing's gotta be a lot more, what do you call it, rough. Should probably start clearing out all of this inside area. There we go. There we go. Not too bad at all. Well, hopefully you're doing right and staying safe. And what you been up to? What you been up to? I keep meaning to message you, I tell you, but then I'm always like, you know, nervous, I tell you. Don't want to over-message someone, you know. Let's see. I could make this a little bit more interesting by adding that there. I could do that, yeah.